are the contributing factors of impacts of tourism in environment, social, cultural, and economic. The analysis shows that the tourist trade has a strong correlation with global economic growth, despite the fact that there are numerous factors that affect the tourism sector both positively and negatively, which in turn affects the global economy both negatively and positively in the long and short run.
Your name.
My name is Rutina Carrete. I'm from Pangasinan and I'm studying at Lyceum Northwestern University.
Okay. Let's start the interview. Okay, first question. Do you believe natural resource protection and tourism can be compatible? Why?
My answer is yes, because tourism is a global phenomenon that, for its success, depends on the physical environment and a wide range of natural resources. It has a significant impact on natural resources in the environment. But when managed well, it can also contribute to the conservation of these same resources.
Next question. Do you believe that well-managed attraction maintained in their natural state are important to attracting tourism? Why?
Yes, because in that way, many tourists is more encouraged to visit a tourist destination. One example is Vegan City, and we all know that it is a unique among the Philippines towns because it is the country most extensive and only surviving historic city that dates back to the 60th century Spanish. And because of their carefulness, until now, binivisit pa rin ito ng mga tourists.
Hello po, good afternoon.
Hi, good afternoon.
Before we start, let me know your name, please.
My name is Romjen Cornista.
We believe the protection of local heritage and tourism can be compatible. Why?
Yes, of course. I believe so. Culture brings variety. Okay, it is what makes a country unique. It attracts people who are curious as to what others people do or say. The protection of our heritage is the preservation of our traditions and our culture. Okay, it is the preservation of the Filipino spirit. This spirit is what attracts millions of people each year. Okay, they wanted to know the experience, how different or how unique we are. I would think the best example of this would be Apo Wangod. Do you know Apo Wangod? Yeah,
Yes, sir.
so Apo Wangod is more than 100-year-old. She's more than 100 years old, whose lifelong goal was to preserve the culture or the tradition of her tribe. Okay, her tattoos convey meaning, and this is what attracts people each day. She probably already tattooed thousands of people, so much so that she is now recognized as a national artist and is known throughout the world. She is legendary. Okay, so given those examples, I absolutely believe that local heritage is a contributing factor, a big contributing factor to any tourism industry. So that's my answer.
Next question. Do you believe that the community would benefit from developing a sustainable tourism framework? Why?
Yes, of course. I believe that the community will benefit greatly. Okay, any community would benefit from an effective tourism framework. Why? Because a framework is basically the backbone of any particular thing, any particular asset. Okay, so developing a sustainable tourism framework would go a long way and will benefit the community greatly. For example, let's say Boracay. It is one of the most established tourism destination in the Philippines. The tourism management of Boracay probably has a detailed tourism framework that everyone has to follow to maintain a smooth and sustainable growth in economy. And when Boracay grows, everything in the surrounding vicinity will be affected positively. So basically, the growth of a particular destination, the growth in economy of a particular destination, will act as a catalyst to the growth of the surrounding community. Another example, let's say Wangod again. Because of her talent and because of her will to preserve the culture and her tradition, the tradition of her tribe, she became a catalyst. She became a catalyst to her tribe so that they can be recognized not only by the Philippines, but also worldwide. Imagine that, worldwide recognition. So that's my answer.
For answering all the questions. That's all
My
po.
How do Cora's concept apply to the case? To educate people on how tourism affects the world and how it can have a greater positive impact on communities and the environment. We can help tourists sustain tourism development by measuring tourism impacts and sharing the results with them. It demonstrates the structure and context of tourism, as well as the impact of tourism as an industry on the global economy and society, which is the adaptation of the tourism impacts environment, social, cultural, and economic in hospitality management.